up to number 6 on my fancy playlist of August 10th, 1985. Up 7 from number 13 the previous week. John Parr with St. Elmo's Fire. This was a very passionate song. The lyrics written for the most part by John Parr, and John Parr's previous it was a departure from his previous hit. His previous hit was just sheer libido. It was the sexually charged Naughty Naughty. The video was charged up too, Naughty Naughty, which did well for John Parr. This was in the spring of '85. Went to number 23, I think, on Billboard's Hot 100. Remember watching that video on Night Tracks. John Parr from England. And St. Elmo's Fire, the movie, but the song itself, it was a collaboration between David Foster and John Parr. Now, here's the thing. John Parr, he had signed with Atlantic Records. Atlantic Records was trying to market him as sort of a alpha male, sort of a sexually charged guy, and he really pulled it off at Naughty Naughty big time. But this record right here was a little bit deeper. Here's the thing. This record, St. Elmo's Fire, is from the movie, but the song itself is about a guy named Rick Hansen. Rick Hansen was 15 years old, mid-80s. He was in a car crash. He was paralyzed from his waist down. But boy, I tell you, he took a lemon. He took a major lemon and made lemonade out of it. He embarked on a tour. Rick Hansen did on his wheelchair. He went on tour around the world to raise money for spinal cord research. Now, initially, there wasn't a lot of media attention. He was trying to drum up some media attention and donations. That didn't really happen until the song came out. The song, along with the movie, when it came out, then it just blew up. 2 years later, he went on this tour. It was called Man in Motion. He toured the world. Rick Hansen did for 2 years. He went to 34 countries, 4 continents, and he raised $26 million. Rick Hansen did. Very inspiring for John Parr. David Foster wrote the song, co-wrote the song After Love Is Gone by Earth, Wind and Fire. Written a lot of things back in the 70s and 80s, David Foster did. Very big producer at one time. Former member of the group Skylark, I believe. And David Foster heard John Parr's album. He heard Naughty Naughty, and he wanted to work with John Parr, coming up with a name of the song for the movie, and they collaborated. David Foster showed John Parr a video clip of Rick Hansen, the 15-year-old who was paralyzed, who's going on this world tour. And John Parr thought, oh man, this is an inspiration. I want to do something with this. This kid is going to tour the world, and I need to write a song about this. The plan at that time was the planned tour of the world, and John Parr wrote a song about it. If I remember correctly, he went to number 1 on Billboard's Hot 100. Anything else I need to say about this record? It was an epic journey. This took a lot of courage. And Rick Hansen, he did this on a wheelchair, in his wheelchair. Wonder how he's doing now. Curious about that. Well, at number 6 on my fantasy playlist, a standard summer of '85 fantasy playlist of August 10th, 1985, St. Elmo's Fire by John Parr.